Hello, I'm Jürgen Wolf. I've been a professional writer for about 25 years, and I'm the author of these two books, Your Writing Coach and Your Creative Writing Masterclass. And today I'm going to share some writing tips with you. In this video, I want to share some tips with you about how to write well. Now, this is a topic very close to my own heart, partly because I'm a writing coach, but also because I've recently finished a book. It's called Your Creative Writing Masterclass, in which I put together the writing advice from many classic authors. One of the points they did agree upon is that it helps to pick the kind of writing that reflects what you love to read. So rather than trying to follow a trend, you go for the kind of book that you love to read yourself. You understand that genre probably, and you have a passion for it. And that's going to show in your own writing. The next point is the importance of knowing your characters well, knowing what they would do in different situations. That allows you to write more easily as you're developing your plot and your characterization. The protagonist, by the way, doesn't have to be likable, but he or she has to be interesting. So, for example, the Godfather movies were about characters that weren't particularly likable, but they were quite fascinating. So that's important. You also have to have a character who wants something, has a drive that makes them move forward in the story. There's something they want, and of course there has to be conflict, which means there's someone or something trying to stop them from getting what they want. The conflict needs to escalate. In other words, the trouble that the protagonist is in gets worse and worse and worse. There can be some moments, of course, of calm in between when it seems like things are going to be fine, but we know they're not. They're going to continue to escalate until they reach a moment of truth, the high point of the conflict. And whatever happens as a result of that high point will determine the ending. And the thing that all the authors agreed about as far as the ending goes is that it has to come from what happened before. Now that just sounds logical, and it is, but in a lot of cases, newer writers particularly have the ending come out of nowhere. It's somebody suddenly shows up who has the solution, and you think, where did that come from? And it really disrupts your reading experience and makes you think the story doesn't work. So be sure you've planted the seeds of your ending as you go through the book. Sometimes the character undergoes a change in the course of the story. It's called a character arc. Now, often the character goes from having some bad qualities to better qualities. For example, Scrooge in A Christmas Carol starts out as a very mean sort of person, and through the intervention of the ghost, he turns into a kindly person. So that character arc, as it's called, is a characteristic of many good books. So those are some of the key elements that famous authors, successful authors agree upon that you need to have. So just to recap briefly, you need an interesting character. You need to put that character under conflict of various kinds, possibly. You need to escalate the conflict and have a logical ending. And those are some of the ways that you can learn how to write well.